Thank you so much the introduction. مساء الخير Egypt, ازيك? Welcome everyone. Welcome in the Egypt and thank you so much this warm welcome. In the upcoming minutes, I'd like to share a story which also helped us to gain some confidence with the technology of Flutter. So let's get started. Flutter Expo 2020. Before we are jumping into it, I would like to just really briefly summarizing about my introduction. So as it was mentioned, I'm a staff engineer at Talabat. Me, as you know, one of the biggest and largest food delivery and quick commerce applications in the Middle East. Also, in my spare time, I'm teaching in my home country. With my friends, we founded the first Flutter University class in Hungary, where we helped more than 700 computer science students to start their journey with Flutter. Last but not least, I'm one of the co-organizers of the Flutter Abu Dhabi and Dubai meetup. In the upcoming minutes, I would like to invite you for a small game. I would like to ask you to help me what could be the common between the ice cream, the ketchup, similar taste, the first phone, this is the first phone, and the Eiffel Tower. Is there any tips or any guess?
Any hints?
Come again?
Any hints?
Any hints? All of these related to this talk.
They are all objects.
Yes, they are all objects.
They all help people to feel better.
All helping people, yeah. For example, I'm a big tomato fan, so I'm a big ketchup fan. But let me spoiler it. All of these items, or let's say innovations, was actually targeted for a specific event. And this is the event what we call as Expo. So the Expos, or in another name, World's Fair, we are talking about an event which is the tradition is more than 200 years old, and recurring every 4 years. A country is welcoming all the nations in the world to present an innovation. In the previous slide, the ice cream, the first phone by Bell, the Eiffel Tower, all of these inventions or main structures were presented in a huge expo. So what happened in 2020? Well, let me spoiler it. It didn't happen because due to the COVID, the original event, which was supposed to organize in Dubai, was delayed by 1 year. So from 2021 till 2022 of March, we are talking about the 6 long events. As I mentioned, this event welcomed more than 24 million of visitors. And actually the goal was the same. People could visit all of the countries and they could meet with the biggest innovations and the latest innovations. So the common goal was even to showcase what kind of futures what we can build together. And why is it related to Talabat and why it was related to us? Because we had an opportunity. We had an opportunity to be able to provide a food delivery experience, being as the main food delivery provider for this event. So what was our idea? What inspired us to build something innovative? The experience was the following. We wanted to be a cloud kitchen where the customers and the users could try different cuisines in the same place. We wanted to provide robot baristas where the people could order ice cream or, for example, coffee by a barista. If you remember, this time we were still super close to the period when COVID started to spreading. So decreasing the physical connection was really important. That's why we also introduced smart lockers, where the customers could grab their food from the associated locker. Last but not least, one of the most famous guys from these events were the Talabots. Unfortunately, they were so popular and everyone wanted to do selfies with them. So if someone's food was delivered by a Talabot, they needed to be patient. But they were the big stars of these events. And last but not least, if someone wanted to choose or where these deliveries happen, we introduced the first pickup station flows, or in another name, grab and go stations. But what we needed to build to be able to talk these entities and to be able to provide this experience. For this, we need to build 4 things. We needed to build like a full application flow. We needed to build tablets and the kiosk application, and Usher applications for the pickup stations, and also another application for the kitchens. In details, in the full application flow, right now we are seeing the Talabat application from 3 years ago, and we needed to track the event where the customer is in the area of the expo. That was the trigger point. We wanted to provide this feature and this experience only for the customers who are in the area of the expo. If it's happened, we are right now in a different experience, in a different application inside of an application. We can choose any items. Right now we are in the menu screen. Let's grab some tortilla. If we are thirsty, then we can also have some water. I'm a bit. We can also see our orders, and we can select our pickup stations, like which pickup stations or grab-and-go station we wanted to take our food and our order. Okay, let's select this one. Okay, we can add our phone number. We can verify and authenticate the users by phone number, because we are expecting multiple visitors from different countries and different nations. And last but not least, after like a successful integrations with a payment gateway, I needed to edit, sorry guys. Then by showcasing the post-order screen, the customers and the users can see where will be their orders, and also showing QR code. We introduced the QR code as a main like a way to identifying the orders of the customers. So that was the application, the client-side application. But how can we support the people who doesn't have Talabat installed in their device? For them, the kiosk applications was the main primary one. So if you visited one of our cloud kitchen or grab-and-go station, you could meet with our tablets, with our kiosk terminals. So similarly what you can expect in different restaurants, you can also see the same variety of options and cuisines. Of course, providing the responsive UI was a challenge for these applications. And if you had a successful order triggering by the client application or for the kiosk application, again, in the end, you receive the QR code. So what you could do with the QR code, you could visit one of the pickup station, one of the grab-and-go stations, and on the grab-and-go stations, the ushers, the people and the colleagues, the friendliest colleagues, could target and actually like scan your QR codes from the kiosk terminals or from the client application, and they could verify that you are eligible to take these orders. But if you wanted to stay in the kitchen, for example, instead of visiting a grab-and-go station, then you should somehow like having an idea what is the current order of your what is the current status of your order. So here we needed to present this in a really basic and easy way. So we can think about that, providing and building all of these applications in a short time. We can think about that, what kind of challenges we could have. Could you guys help me if you need to build all of these things in 6 months? What kind of challenges or what kind of like blockers you could face? Any idea? Let me spoiler it. Actually, the main issues and challenges was like finding something which could provide a smooth integration with an existing native application, because the Talabat iOS and Android applications, they were already existing. There was many people who already had these applications. Having something, having a tool where the onboarding is really short. Building many things could also require context switching, so having an easy onboarding flow for new joiners. Of course, if we need to support 24 millions of visitors, we need to ensure the quality. And last but not least, we had a tight deadline. the beginning of the expo was not something what we could negotiate. So how Flutter saved us? This is what I wanted to present in the upcoming slides. So taking a look in details, the native integration. As I mentioned, we needed to integrate the new application flow in the existing applications. So we decided to choose the add-to-app approach of Flutter because the only thing what we needed, again, here is the original Talabat applications. The only thing and the only trigger point what we needed to have just to identify that the user is in the area of the expo. And when it happened, we just needed to initialize a Flutter engine. And after that, the user was, our customers, they all landed in the Flutter module. So using the add-to-app approach, it helped us to share data, to share information between the native existing applications and the Flutter application. And also, using the add-to-app approach, we were also eligible to use native platform-specific APIs. As you see, the Flutter application can also use the Google Maps SDK, or we can have the camera for the QR code scanning. And also, this is a small spoiler that if someone wants to follow this approach, a Flutter engine is not required anymore. So if you are just thinking about the previously or just recently published roadmap by the Flutter team, that was a section that the language interop, FFI, dynamic libraries, we can also call third-party libraries directly. We don't need to have platform channels and other Flutter engine specific implementations. And there was also and right now there is also a section just for the companies who are migrating their applications or using this add-to-app approach in their application. Again, that was one challenge with the native integration. What about how we can ensure quality? Something what we never expected before. Of course, there is a way we can use unit tests to verify our business logic. We can verify our repository implementations. We can verify our block implementations or whatever we're using for state management. But comparing the experience, what we used to have with native applications, verifying the UI, verifying the UI and the user interactions with widget tests, that was a life-changing. That was something what we never experienced before. And if you already had all of your widget tests together and implemented, if you are chaining them, as an output, you will receive an integration test. An integration test where you can easily verify your main flow, your main happy flow, the different error scenarios. All of these can really easily chained and used by Flutter. So the testing was something that really, really helped us to ensure the quality. And last but not least, again, the tight deadline. The 1st of October was always in front of us. And checking the heroes, checking the team behind of this project, you will see that how the timeline was adopted and how we reduced the onboarding with the technology. So we started around 6 months before the kickoff. I was the first engineer. I had some previous experience in Flutter. And after that, I received some help from an iOS engineer who never used Flutter before. Again, later on, we are still, actually before the summer, we also received some Flutter help. But again, in the middle of the summer, upcoming native engineers joined to the project without Flutter experience. But that was something which helped us, some extra motivations. If we visited the expo, we could see that not only us, not only our team were facing work in progress statuses. So that was actually the place, our restaurant before the expo. And also, we don't need to repeat or remembering the deadlines because the deadlines were everywhere in the city of Dubai. So these timers, this is a small picture, and thanks to our manager, no pressure, these timers were everywhere. And in the end, 1st of October, we could finish and we could finalize the project in successful. But what was the key takeaway? What was our main learnings? The main learnings was that our team We had different engineers with different backgrounds, with different ideas and different opinions. What helped us mainly that we could work in the same code base and we could speak the same language. So actually that helped us to easily switching context, easily involving our colleagues to solve problems because we had many, many other challenges also in this project. So we can say Flutter saved us. Flutter saved us because it provided us a way for like providing a short learning curve for the new joiners because our team dynamically changed from week to week. It also gave us an access for the platform-specific APIs. We could easily integrate it. We didn't need it to have like introducing different bridges like React Native and other technologies. With Flutter, we could easily access directly these APIs. And also having amazing testing tool that also helped us to confirm that this technology is production ready. And last but not least, supporting the collaborative environment. This is something, and all of these together helped us to gaining confidence that we can build our future with this technology. So thank you so much for Flutter and also for you guys to like keep in